Hello, and welcome to the Cancer Journey podcast. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Sherry Ann.
So, today we're going to talk about why cancer sucks and the fact that cancer is awful.
It's
um,
awful.
it's awful. It's definitely not a good thing, and we never want to put it in a way that it is received in that way. But before we dive into that, we're going to start with our check-ins. So, I'll start this time.
Good.
All right. Physically, I am a 4.25. Emotionally, I am a 4.3. Spirit's a 4, and hope is a 4.4. And my word is understanding.
So physically, I'm a 3.58. Emotionally, I am a 4.2. Spirit, 4.6. Hope, 4.45. And my word is patience.
Okay, so let's talk about it. I hate cancer.
Yes, cancer sucks. It's
Cancer sucks.
awful, awful, awful.
And while we totally view that the experience of having cancer, because we're not choosing, no one's choosing to be diagnosed with cancer, but after you're diagnosed with cancer, this journey can be seen as a gift. And so that is something that we talk about a lot. But let's talk about just why it sucks.
Why
And
it
why,
sucks.
yeah, because so often the message around cancer, too, especially in the cancer world, is that, oh, just be positive, like you're gonna win this fight, and just keep going. And to anyone, it's like, well, duh, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna try. No one is hoping to fail. No one's hoping to um, feel like they've lost their fight to cancer or feel like there is any sort of loss there. But practically, cancer is such a transition in your life. It's so immediate and quick, and sometimes physically there isn't as much of an immediate representation. Emotionally, mentally, just from the moment you get the diagnosis going forward, your life is completely changed.
Yes. And let me say, everyone, okay, let me take that back. Maybe not everyone, but the majority of people who are either diagnosed themselves or their caregivers, the first thought is, going to die. I am going to be taken out by this diagnosis, and or my beloved is going to be taken out by this diagnosis, and that's the end. And so that's that frame. Even though we've come so far with medicine and treatments, and the percentages are vastly different than they were, let's say, in the 1960s, we're still using the same treatments from the 1960s and probably even before that. And while there's new stuff, it's not as prevalent as we think. I mean, if I were to be re-diagnosed today, they would probably go and look at chemotherapy and radiation as choices. And that's what I did for so many times and years. But we think, I mean, it's still that old paradigm in our head. And so that's why it sucks. Because it's like, oh no, if this is what the diagnosis is, if this is what's coming to me, it's done. I'm all done.
Yeah. I think that there's maybe a little bit of the voice for people that's like, oh, there are treatments now and it's gotten better and things like that. But you're absolutely right that it's like the first thought is I'm gonna die. And even though we know, even without cancer, death is inevitable, it comes so much closer. And it feels like it's here in the room with you when that's said, because it feels like a death sentence for so many people who are getting it. And it's really heavy, and there are a lot of emotions that come with all of it, right? It's not just the fear that comes with it. It's the anxiety and worry. There's sadness, there's hopelessness, and sometimes resentment, like there and confusion. I actually think confusion is one that comes up very heavily because naturally as humans what we try to do is make reason. right? We're trying to explain why we did it and often blaming ourselves for it because that's all we have control over and because we did this or because we did that. But it's so much more. So that's just the start, too. That's just starting at diagnosis. And that's not seeing the full journey yet because you can, no matter what you read, no matter what you consume in terms of like media and resources and things like that, you can get an idea of what that journey will look like, but your journey is unique to you. It's going to look different for absolutely everyone, and you won't really know until it shows up.
And exactly what you just said. So we're trying to make sense of what it's going to be like. We're trying to get clarity. Okay, what am I going to experience? And so we go back to what we've seen on TV, what somebody we know who had cancer went through, and so all of a sudden, I'm going to lose my hair. I'm going to feel like crap. I'm going to have to do these treatments that are going to basically kill cells in my body, and sometimes it's not all bad cells, it's kind of just it kills cells, and I'm going to feel terrible. So it's not like, oh, I get to go to treatment and I get cotton candy and strawberries. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna look sick, I'm gonna feel sick. And that's why it sucks, because we're trying to make sense of what we're gonna experience. We can only base it off of other people's experience and stories and movies that we see. And so it's like, oh, this is so horrible. And then so doom and gloom come in. And like you said, all these emotions, and it isn't until almost the other side that we get to look back at it because it's done. But while we're on it, it's this huge feeling of unknown. The unknown, I'm about to go into the unknown.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, there is no preparation. And even if someone has the perspective of like, well, they're just gonna fix me when I get into treatment, you know, like I have breast cancer, but they're just gonna cut it off and I'm fine. I mean, we've had plenty of coaches who have said like, I'm surprised that my cancer journey wasn't as tumultuous as I expected. But that's not to say that it doesn't suck. That's not to say that it's not a life-changing experience. And I like what you said about the like later on in the journey when you're not kind of actively going through it and everything feels like right in front of you and you can't even look there. You have to just face what's here and you only have energy for what's right in front of you. Um, it's not until we get some space from that we're able to really take that step back and be like, wow, I've come really far and have what some may consider more positive feelings about the experience in itself. And what we are trying to do here at the Cancer Journey Institute is not just understand your experience, but help you through this experience. We know that those emotions are going to come up. We know that you're going to feel on fire with emotions. So our goal at the Cancer Journey Institute is to make sure you feel seen, but also make sure you don't feel like you have to show up in a way that's inauthentic to who you are. All of the emotions are welcome, even ones that you don't even understand yet. There are emotions that we call false emotions that are sometimes easy to kind of um, throw all these other emotions into one category, but it doesn't help us process them. So when we kind of pull them apart and we let ourselves see all the stuff that we've deemed icky and uncomfortable, but when we have a space to do it with someone who will just hold our hand through it, it's like revolutionary in the experience that you're going through with cancer. And a lot of that, like anger and rage, like how often are you allowed to feel that way? Never. Like rarely ever do you get a space to express it in a way that is really acceptable. And sometimes you're expressing it not because you're letting your fire out, but because it needs to go somewhere that can't stay in, and you want to put it somewhere that matters.
Yes. So everything that you said, and while we're saying that we start with cancer sucks, what we're about and what we're inviting you to is a different way of traveling the cancer journey. And yes, it starts with it sucks. And everything that we said before is true, but it doesn't have to be that way all the way through. And just what Alicia was talking about is there's almost this open container where you get to rediscover and discover who you really are, and then choose to do it authentically. And so it gives you this chance to be different, travel it different, traveling it in alignment with being really an advocate, in control, um, a partner, a a ally to yourself through all of this. And that changes everything. It changes how you show up. It changes how people are around you, responding to this person who isn't just sitting down going, okay, just let everything do it to me, whatever you guys want, and giving up your power to anybody else. Instead, you're taking it back. It is power that's just naturally in you. So let us inform you and share with you what that's like. So for example, you may feel disconnected, and you're not really sure why you're feeling disconnected. But it's typical as the patient to kind of steal up, because it's like, I'm preparing for the worst, what I don't know. And I'm also at the same time trying to take care of everybody around me, my family, my friends, my loved ones. I don't want them to get all upset if I start being too many emotions, because they won't know how to handle it. So I'm trying to hold everything together. And what we do at the Cancer Journey Institute is our coaches will walk with you and create a special container just for you, where you get to say everything, be everything that you want to in this moment. Some of the things are like, I would never say this out loud because I'm afraid that someone is going to react, or I'm going to hurt their feelings, or the fire that you talked about. I'm coming too fiery out, and I don't really mean to be fiery, but I'm so overwrought with everything that I'm carrying and trying to hold together that occasionally I explode. It's so normal. But that safe, special container that the coach holds is, okay, let it out here. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to ask you to act a certain way. You just go, so that you basically can let off all that steam and fire and what energy that just needs to come out of your body, so you can reconnect with the real you, so that you can start entering into the situations a little calmer, a lot clearer, and connected to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really important too, because when you are going through a cancer journey, it's not easy to categorize any of that. It's not easy to say that you are particularly any emotion. If anything, you often feel drained, and that drained takes down that filter. And I know I've said that, I think, in our last episode, even that the filter comes down. And so it provides kind of a space for all of these other emotions to be unleashed, or these other, I won't even say that they're emotions that are being unleashed. Because it'll come out in other ways. You're not coming out just in emotion, you're coming out in words and actions, and even inaction, the things you aren't saying, you're coming out in energy. And so when we're not holding the space around us, or sorry, when we're not holding the space within us just as sacredly, and you're just trying to get through, um, it feels like we're doing damage, though we don't mean to. And that part is really painful, and that part is very reactionary, and it comes after all those things. We're kind of wanting to meet you even sooner. So it feels like we can get through this muck, and we can clean it up in a way that just like the experience of cancer, and like being in treatment, being, in the doctor's offices, it doesn't have to feel so efforting. We know that you're going to do it regardless of your energy levels, or your desire to, or your anxieties about it. But we're also helping people see underneath that. Why do I have anxiety going to the doctor? Why did I just lash out at everyone? Why are my actions showing up this way when they don't feel authentic to me? Um, And I just want to like continue to recognize, specifically in this episode, because I think so often we don't recognize how friggin' hard the cancer experience is. And we all want to be the best patient. We all want to be the best caregiver. We all want to show up in the best, most perfect way we can, but that's just not realistic. And to show up for ourselves, even if it's not gonna be a positive thing, maybe it's like, I'm really angry today. And what I know is that I'm really angry. And if someone crosses one line with me, it's gonna be like a dumpster fire. Like I can't control it. So instead of doing that, maybe I talk to my coach really quick. I send them a text. I'm like, hey, I need a session like right now. Like this is such a better place to put this. Or I don't even know what's going on. I just have this inkling that I need to talk to someone who can hold it safely. And that is definitely where your coach comes in. Um, but having the recognition and the space to put that feels like I can be crazy. Like I can be the most nuts, because when you go to your family, your friends, your loved ones, your caregivers, the people that really matter in your life and who you want to keep really close, um, we want to show them your best face, but we don't have, it doesn't always have to either. And you get to have the tools to show up authentically and still maintain those relationships too, because you're going to be tired. You very well may be losing hair and you might not feel like yourself, but you're not just those things. You are so much more.
Yes. And all those pieces, those hair falling out and moodiness and fatigue, incredible fatigue, which takes the veil down because when you're tired, there's no energy left for performing or posturing or trying to please. It's like passive aggressiveness. It's another form of anger will come through and then it's like, oh, I'm just being not naughty. I'm just being unreasonable and difficult. And all you want to say is, I'm so fed up with things and myself, and I don't know how to be through this thing. And I want it to be easy. I want it to be smooth, but it's not. So what do I do? And if you say that to your beloveds, your patients, or even your medical team, they're going to go, uh, uh, yeah, should I give you Prozac? I mean, it's like they're looking at what they can do. Your loved ones may not have the capacity to hold you in that space because they're taking on you being happy. And so here we go. Let's go back to that safe special container that you have where you go, I don't know. And they go, okay, let's find out what you do know. Let's just slow this down and let's let it all out. But we're going to make sense of this so you don't have to feel like you're going crazy. It's like our wonderful coaches and us, because we're coaches, will help return you to you. And
Yeah.
that's so valuable and so important. And I because I've experienced cancer so many times, I don't know where else there is a place for me to do this. I I do get therapy. And if that's the methodology of the practice that works for you, that's totally fine too. But I tried that for me and it wasn't as helpful because I know they're trying to bring in the clinical, you know, what's going on, let's find a clinical solution. I just wanted to kind of vomit, not well, literally and figuratively on them to say, this is what's going on and I can't make sense of it and I don't know what to do and I'm so sad and I'm so lost and help me find myself again.
Yeah. Yeah, and so two things I want to touch on. The first one is that I love when you said, when someone says, I don't know, and a coach says, let's find out what you do know. I think that's such a good point too, because so often we say I don't know also, but we don't really mean it. It's just kind of like a catch-all that we say, and we don't think we know because we're discrediting our own intuition. And so what we do know becomes, it becomes kind of scary to some people because there's ownership to it. Um, but also what you know so much more than you think you do. The second thing I wanted to touch on was the piece on therapy and how, I mean, we still support going to therapy, and a lot of times our clients have a coach and a therapist. Did you hear that? Okay, I thought that's why you're like, um, they have a coach and a therapist. Sometimes they also have a counselor. You know, there are many different people who can serve what feels like a catch-all for the mental health kind of stuff, but they're all slightly different, and they're all different method. Like even a therapist, psychiatrist there are different specialties, there are different modalities they use that go deeper and deeper. So they're not all going to be the same. I actually think the differentiation is, I mean, the differentiation and experience is personal. It's
Mm,
finding someone who really gets you and who is really providing you with what you need to evolve and grow.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the eye that we have when we come in. It's like, what's going on right now? And how do I help you be your most powerful in this moment? But also, how do we set you up so that going forward feels like the natural progression, like the flow. I love that word flow because we don't want any of this to be efforting. It is going to be efforting, no lie, but it doesn't have to be extra efforting because we're fighting against ourselves or we're trying to do it this way that somebody told us to do. It's like you said at the beginning, everyone's journey is different. So let's find your way. Your way is going to work the best. You're going to have the best results with your way. So, what is that?
So I think I'm going to do my takeaway now. My takeaway is that cancer sucks. Cancer sucks. Period. And it is an invitation for something more. And we're here on this journey with you too, and that's why we started the Cancer Journey Institute, is because we want people to not have to recreate the wheel and to know that while their journey is unique, you can still be seen through it, um, and have everything you do be real and authentic without feeling like something is at risk that can't be solved. Not that we're looking for solutions, but we're here to join you on that path to just feel better day to day. Um, my PESH, physically, I am a 4.25. Emotionally, I am a 4.4. Spirit is a 4.15, and hope is a 4.4. And my word is unexpected.
Mm, okay. My takeaway is that the cancer journey is different every time, says the woman who's traveled it so many. It is not without challenges, and it's not a slide. It's not a glide. It's not easy. And if you don't want to do this alone, truly. And when we say alone, yeah, you can have people around you, but having someone walk down the path with you, down that dark tunnel, I like to say, because that's always scary. Dark tunnels scare me. So if I have someone that I'm linking arms with and I'm walking down, I feel so much safer. I feel more held, more companioned. That's important because you have someone to bounce ideas off or to be heard, to be gotten, and that's so important. So yeah, don't take it alone. We do have free sessions, so let us know if you want one and we'll happily set you up with somebody. And my so that's my takeaway. My pesh is physically 4, emotionally 4.3, spirit 4.75, hope 4.7. And my word is companionship.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We'll be back next week with a new episode.
And remember, you are more powerful than you realize.